Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today as I give you video number 2 out of 2. For today, video number 1 is right here if you want to catch it and you haven't seen it already. On top of that, don't forget to go and check out mine and George's latest video over on Shootout as we discuss the Ballon d'Or and the race between Erling Haaland and Lionel Messi and who we think is going to end up winning it. Who we think is deserving of winning it, and who we think is going to end up winning it. So make sure you head over there, do check it out, subscribe over there, much appreciated. And don't forget to check out all the socials. They are in the description as well as on screen right now for you guys. As well as that, don't forget to subscribe over here, much appreciated. Let's get cracking. 4. Quite a few things to discuss. One in particular though, Chelsea on deadline day made a bid that we weren't aware of. Now, that sounds weird. That sounds super weird. However, it's legit, it's true, and I can almost understand why it's gone under the radar. You're about to understand why as well if you haven't heard about it already. So, you've read the title, haven't you? You've read the title, so you know. Let's get cracking. Here's the latest in regards to Antonio Nusa. Fabrizio says Chelsea on deadline day sent a bid in the region of 30 million euros for Antonio Nusa. Add-ons included with a sell-on clause. This is true and confirmed on the player side. Now, the idea was to proceed with that deal only if Maatsen was going to join Burnley. This comes from a quoted tweet for Jan Arge Fjortoft, who said, Antonio Nusa, Norway, he's 18, to all the top clubs out there, just buy him, don't bother to scout him, he is the real deal. He's rated very, very highly. We're going to come to who this player actually is, but let's just cover the news first, then I'll tell you. Here it is. Chelsea will keep monitoring Antonio Nusa as 2005-born winger considered top talent. Chelsea scouts will keep tracking him in the next months after formal proposal rejected on deadline day. Bid was around a 30 million euro package. Goes on to say Chelsea are going to send a scout to track the progress and watch Antonio Nusa in the future. Despite having a 30 million euro bid plus sell-on clause to his club denied by Club Brugge and the player himself, and Chelsea's plan was to go through with Nusa if Maatsen left. Fabrizio does keep going, saying Norwegian talent Antonio Nusa confirms Chelsea wanted him on deadline day. He said, we had a new talk when the money came, but I knew what to do. A lot of money, but I can't focus on that. I want to really think through my next step, what's right for me. That's a very smart answer. A very smart answer. From a boy of that age who is rated highly, clearly, and we're about to understand just how highly rated he is. But for him to come with that logic of, I'm not just going to think about the money, I need to do what's right for my career and know exactly what the best next step is instead of just pouncing on, the train of a big club that comes in for me immediately. Wise heads. Very, very wise boy, as far as I'm concerned. Intelligent. And I'm saying that as a fan of a club that didn't get the player, But in terms of him and the way that he's thought about this, he's understood that time is on his side. He's got a lot of thinking to do, not a problem. He can take his time. Wise decision. But let's see how much interest there actually is. And I think this is why he has come to the consensus that he's come to and why he's come to the conclusion that he's come to. Because he realistically, as I said, he's in no rush. And this, what I'm about to show you now, explains why. Chelsea made a £23 million deadline day offer for winger Antonio Nusa, 18, to signal their intent. They are, however, just one of an estimated 20 teams watching the Norwegian. There we are. He's rated very highly, and 20 teams are on his case. Now, we're about to come into the who is Antonio Nusa very quickly, but here's what he had to say, just to double down on what I showed you earlier. Here it is. On the Chelsea approach, Antonio Nusa said, we are talking about very big clubs and that's where you dream of being in the future. I try not to think about money at all. It's where I can develop best and become as good as possible. This makes me want him. This makes me want him. Now, I have to be honest here. From a Chelsea perspective, £23 million is a lot of money. Why? Some people would look at that and go, no, 18 years old. He's valued at 4. He's valued at 4 mil. That's his value. 4 million. we're slapping £23 million plus a sell-on clause on it. And I have to be honest, Antonio Nusa, who is a winger on either side, left or right, can play anywhere across the front three, was only being considered if Ian Maatsen were to leave. I don't see how that adds up. Ian Maatsen, the left back who can play a little bit more offensive, that we only discovered in pre-season, that we got to be honest about. But 1 in 1 out between Maatsen and Nusa, I don't understand the logic there. So in terms of what Chelsea are trying to think about that, I don't know. However, Antonio Nusa, 18 years old, top talent it seems. Funnily enough, he scored tonight. Go and look at the goal he scored for Norway. He's Nigerian originally, but he plays for Norway. He had his senior debut tonight. On his senior debut, he scored a fantastic goal. Brilliant goal. Great link up, cuts in, boom, smashes it, and it's 1-0 to Norway. Great goal, and that was his senior debut. So congrats to Antonio Nusa on being able to do that. 18 years old, seems like a good talent. At Club Brugge, playing his football there, but like I said, worth 4 million. We've come in and bidded 23 million, and that still wasn't enough to get the player. Now, on top of that, there's other clubs interested. Chelsea will keep scouting him. Chelsea will keep looking. Do not be surprised though, because when it comes to when it comes to the young player department, yeah, you're looking at Real Madrid. Basically, we get all of them. So I wouldn't be surprised coming into January. Next summer, a bid comes in, maybe a little higher, maybe if he increases his value across the season. But watch out for all the other clubs, because like I said, there's 20 that are looking at him. So, what do you think about Antonio Nusa? Let me know down below. Chelsea's interest is very high, and yeah, we did make a deadline day bid that never came out, and it failed. But it failed because of the player. He wants to take things slow. Very wise. Like I said, very, very wise. Shows a good mentality. So far, I like what I see from Antonio Nusa. Go and enjoy your football at Club Brugge. Take your time. We'll be back. Now, let's move to Manchester United, where... Wow, Manchester United. Where do I begin? I'm gonna read you something in a little bit, and your mind's gonna be blown. What has happened to Manchester United, man? What has gone on at that football club? What is going on at that football club? And you know it's crazy because I'm old enough to be it's crazy, I'm saying this now. I'm old enough to be from a generation where I remember Man United that were Sir Alex Ferguson's Manchester United, untouchable, flipping, not invincible, but untouchable, winning everything, can't stop winning. You know, basically like how Man City are now. That was Man United back in the day. What happened to that football club? It's unreal. Let's get into it. Starting off with the whole Jadon Sancho. I gave you news in video number 1 earlier on today. Like I've said, it's linked. That Jadon Sancho was on the brink of joining Al Ittifaq, Steven Gerrard's Saudi side, on loan, with probably an obligation to buy or something. But looks like that's fallen through. Here's the confirmation. Jadon Sancho isn't joining Saudi Pro League before transfer deadline tonight. 23-year-old admired, but move not happening. Same applies for Mohamed Salah, but Saudi Pro League interest in the 31-year-old remains for future, plus good relations between all parties. A few things to take away from that, by the way. Firstly, Saudi Pro League transfer window is now officially closed. It's shut. Finally, we don't need to worry about any more Habibi, we want the deal done. For all the money. We don't have to worry about that until January. So, everyone breathe. The players you have, you're keeping, right? So, that's that. Secondly, shout out to everyone on a few videos about last week, I think it was last week, that corrected me when I said SPL is what, Scottish Premier League? No, it's Saudi Pro League. Thank you to everyone that corrected me. I should know that. But I'm from a generation that reads SPL, automatically thinks Scottish Premier League. You know, unreal. Anyway, thank you for the correction. Like I said, I should know that. I've been talking about Saudi on this channel for how many months now? Anyway. But Jadon Sancho not heading out there. Fabrizio's given us confirmation as well. Jadon Sancho and Al Ittifaq story being denied on both player and club side. No negotiations taking place after grey deal done. He'll be Ittifaq winger. Sancho expected to discuss situation with Erik ten Hag and coaching staff soon. So Fabrizio's going more down the route of this deal never happened. There's not even a discussion here. It sounds a bit weird, I'm not going to lie. However, he's not going to Saudi. So, what is happening at Manchester United now? Because it seems like with Jadon Sancho, he has to clarify the situation with Erik ten Hag. There's been a big falling out. Erik ten Hag has gone public. Jadon Sancho's gone public. Everyone's saying what they feel like they want to say. Someone's got to be lying. I mean, it's just chaotic. It's chaotic. And I've not seen this much chaos at Manchester United. Ever. I'll be honest, ever. We've got Erik ten Hag making it clear that, no, Sancho, not training hard enough. He's not good enough. Like, he's a shambles. And Jadon Sancho coming out and putting public statements out saying what you're hearing is a lie. It's not true. So, but it's not just that. That's just the, it's not even the icing on the cake. You know when you touch your icing and you end up with like little like sprinkles of sugar? Really, really little grains of sugar on that icing sugar, right? Little powdery sugar, yeah? That's that. The Sancho stuff is that compared to the cake. Let's go into the cake, right? Let's start dipping in. Actually, let's get into the icing first before we can dip into the cake. This come out today. Now, I feel like it's important to say this, right? This has to be, it's news, everyone's seen it. I'm sure everyone's seen it. If you've not seen it, you're about to see it for the first time. But as much of a sensitive topic it can be, I feel like it has to be said. Because Man United have made it public that they apologise for this and therefore admitting that they did what they did, right? But here we go. Manchester United made their former coach and convicted paedophile, Jeff Konopka, guest of honour at Old Trafford last season, and celebrated his career despite him being banned from football. The club were unaware the former women's coach went to jail for 4 years for offences against girls. I mean, bloody hell, man. How can you be that incompetent? Like, I'm looking at Man United and thinking, are you living in a cave or something? This guy went to jail for 4 years and you've just gone, you're our guest of honour. Like, welcome to Manchester United. Unbelievable. Convicted. How are the people that make the decisions at United not aware of this? Either they're not aware and they're completely ignorant to whatever's going on around them, or they're just okay with someone doing this. Not a problem. Which then means that we have to dip into the problems at Manchester United. What's going on? Here's the evidence in the pudding in terms of what I just said. Man United have apologised after inviting a convicted paedophile to an Old Trafford fixture last year. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. But I've come across, there's a Manchester United fan, and she's put everything that's happened at Manchester United over the last 3 years, and I couldn't believe it. When you think about it, it's like, whoa, you add all the dots together and you're like, bloody hell, Man United. So I have to read it out. I have to read it out because this is shambolic. Like, this is Younes Talks Football. We are going to address the good and the bad, right? And when it comes to this sort of level from a club like Manchester United, with all due respect, we're not talking about, I don't know, what football club can I mention that? Plymouth Argyle. No disrespect to Plymouth. You were the first team that popped into my head. Scunthorpe United, Accrington Stanley, Oxford United, right? With all due respect, they're not functioning this badly. It's insane. Here it is, the last 3 years at Manchester United. 3 women now accusing Anthony of assault and 1 set to do a TV interview on it. I do want to say that is still ongoing. It's a fresh story. Let's not come to conclusions on either side. Do not come to conclusions on either side. It can go either way, right? That's very important from everyone. Do not come to a conclusion. Anyway, just to sum up the situation though. Sancho's statement saying he's being scapegoated. The whole Greenwood situation, how awfully Richard Arnold handled it. Takeover being dragged on, creating job uncertainty for the employees and now staff turning on the Glazers and leaking stories. Ronaldo goes on Piers Morgan disrespecting Ten Hag, then goes in on how bad the club is run and the owners. Eric Bailly comes out and says the club favours British players. Bailly likes comments slamming Maguire and his teammates. Lingard falls out with club over not getting loan moves, so they give him a holiday. Lingard and Martial go on social media to call Rangnick a liar. Rangnick calls out the club, basically says half the squad have the wrong attitude and the board have no clue, said we need open heart surgery. Rojo calls out Maguire and has a big bust up with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for playing Maguire over him. Multiple dressing room team and leaks. Martial interviews slamming Ole and Jose. Tried to sign Arnautovic. There was fan outrage of the racist comments that stopped this. Luke Shaw came out and admitted a lot of Man United players weren't 100% committed in the 21-22 season. Lingard told Scholes the dressing room was a mess. Maguire was going crazy in Greece. The whole Super League debacle that the Glazers and Woodward were the ringleaders behind. It's unbelievable. That's the last 3 years. at Manchester United. And the last month has been chaotic. If you're a Man United fan, I want to know your thoughts. Why I've mentioned this is because I actually want to get a view on the opinion of the Man United fan base. Like, let me know, what are you guys feeling? Do you feel like you guys are done out? Are you finished? You know, because like I said yesterday, and why I'm pointing this out, it doesn't look like the Glazers are going to sell. And they're not going to sell, probably, unless they somehow get the deal they want, which is not possible, and the Qataris are there waiting. Or, like I said as well, they're probably waiting for the value to go higher. They want more money. How can you get more money when your club is being run like this? This is why I showed this, because we're going to go back to the whole point of the Glazers selling. If they're asking for more money, you guys are mad. You guys are mad. The Qataris are doing you a favour for you to get this football club off your hands with the way that you've been running it. For what, £5 or £6 billion? Take the money and run. Unbelievable how they're probably asking for this. And you know what? It actually makes sense now. When you look at the people that have come out publicly and criticised how the football club is being run, multiple people, and Ronaldo was the one that came out on that Piers Morgan interview and made it properly public. He's right. It's clear as day. This club is a shambles. Unreal. So, let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. And to wrap up, Neymar said something very interesting. Do you agree or disagree? Check this out. To those who try to belittle the Saudi league, will start to follow it very soon. I tell them that the Saudi is a strong league. Look at all the names Saudi has signed. Saudi might be better than Ligue 1. He said this in a press conference for the Brazilian national team. Is he right? I don't think he's far off. If I'm honest, I don't think he's far off now. With all the players, Saudi have signed, mate, that league is a competitive league now, weirdly enough. Have you seen the amount of players on each team? It's nuts. It's outrageous. And it's actually crazy. If you actually sit down and watch one of those games, right? Al Ittihad played Al Hilal the other day. Beautiful game. Beautiful game. Beautiful football match. Was lovely. And you know what? I've noticed something about the Saudi league, right? They actually go in for challenges. They go in for they go in for what players nowadays don't really go in for, but they used to go in for. Do you know what I mean? Those challenges, proper physicality, not scared to get the yellow. Referees are a little more lenient. They let the game go on. Like those things that you don't really see anymore. Yeah, watch Saudi League. It happens every day. So you know what? It's actually fun to watch. It's fun to watch. So he might not be far off. He really might not be far off. Fair play to Neymar. I mean, he's gone to get the bag. He's probably getting paid to say this, let's be honest. But he's probably not far off. So let me know. Do you think the Saudi League is actually competitive compared to the French League? Let's compare the two. Which one's better? Let me know down below in the comments. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you tomorrow for a couple of new ones. Make sure you're here for that. Much appreciated. Thank you all so much. And once again, to be here for that, you have to make sure you're subscribed. So hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified once I have uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. And I will see all of you tomorrow. Don't forget, check out the socials. They are in the description. They are on screen right now as well. Instagram, X, and TikTok. All linked in the description. Make sure you're hitting those now. Go and follow. Much appreciated. Personal and channel socials. Thank you. And don't forget to catch Shootout. Link is in the description as well. Make sure you're subbed over there as there is new content coming there this weekend as well as the video we done earlier on today. So make sure you guys are there for that. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Take care. And peace.